As some of you guys might know, I'm planning on moving to America, or it's something that I'm really, really considering because whenever I go to America, I love it there. I have such a great time. And, you can make a lot more money there than you can here. There's a lot of reasons why I just really enjoy America and being there. But one thing I've heard is the medical bills can be absolutely insane. And I'm not really sure how it works. Like, because I've heard that even when you have medical insurance, you still have to pay some money, like things like co-pays and premiums. I really don't have any idea, but I thought it would be fun just to see what these medical bills actually look like, just because you hear all of these stories that, I'm not sure if they're true or not. So I found a subreddit page, right? It's called Hospital Bills. So these are genuine bills, right? And just off the bat, this person got charged $200 for refusing an ambulance. This can't be right. Hang on a minute. Let's get in it. So they refused. So they were sent an invoice. So the ambulance showed up. Hang on a minute. Invoice for ambulance and or rescue services. Refusal of ambulance transport on December 12th, 2024. They got charged $200. What the what? Whoa, what? So payment is required in 30 days. Interest will accrue at 1.5% per month, 18% per annum on unpaid invoices, and attorney fees for collection. This is crazy. I mean, if they didn't, who called the ambulance? That's a good question. So this person has asked, who called for the ambulance? So the person got into a car crash and they called 911, and then police showed up and then an ambulance. Oh, wow. So the ambulance just turned up kind of unprompted. They just turned up because maybe the police tipped them off of the accident. So send the bill to the auto insurance since it came from an auto accident. Wow, the person says you owe the money. The charge is inclusive of evaluation and service showing up because you called. But the person didn't call the ambulance. They called the cops. Do they still have to pay? Your car insurance will pay it. I am a lawyer, but not your lawyer. You are being billed for a refusal of transport fee. Many EMS agencies charge when they roll out and provide services, even if you refuse transport, because costs are tied to manpower, equipment, and readiness. The legality depends on your local ordinance, but they didn't call for it. I don't know. Like, should they have to pay this? Let's find another bill. Let's see here. So this person got admitted to an emergency room. He or she asked for an itemized receipt, and this is what they got. What are they being charged? No, oh my God. $11,000. Are you kidding me? What for? Let's see the breakdown. So Tylenol tablet, 2 tablets cost them $8. That seems crazy to me, but whatever. Lidocaine patch, $58. Here's the big one. So level 4, what does that mean? Level 4, $10,808 for level 4. What does that mean, though? What does that mean? Like, hang on a minute. Can we get an explanation? So I'm 26. I was involved in a minor car accident. Wanted to get checked for a head injury. I went to the ER that day. At the ER, I was assessed by a PA for concussion. I was determined I had a minor concussion. He did not have any x-rays. They were given Tylenol and a lidocaine patch. And they got charged 10 grand for that. I don't get it. So hang on a minute. What does level 4 mean? This was a hospital in New Jersey. The bill had to go through my auto insurance, but since I only had $10K medical coverage, I'm left with the remaining $800 bill. Okay, so his insurance is going to pay the $10K, which I still think is crazy for, turning up to the emergency room. But why has he still got to pay $800? $800. Hang on a minute. The itemized bill doesn't even look like a standard hospital bill. Ask for a copy of the UB they bill to the auto insurance company. So let's have a look at this UB then. What does it say? Yeah, it just says 10,808. Okay, that's pretty insane. Let's find another one. So another ER room, itemized bill, $346. I mean, as much as I still think that's a ripoff just for turning up to the ER, it's compared to this one, the 11 grand bill, that's not so bad. My bill is $250,000 for a day stay at hospital having an appendectomy. So he had his appendix taken out, and that cost him $250,000. What? Hang on a minute. This is insane, guys. So you read that right. My bill is so high. I don't have insurance. Oh no. I don't have insurance. I don't work either. I'm a stay-at-home wife and my husband pays all the bills, and we cannot be able to afford paying this super expensive bill. I don't know what to do. I stayed in the hospital on the 9th of October to the 10th of October. So one night I got an appendectomy at a hospital in Florida. You can bargain that down. But I mean, even if you bargain it down by 90%, you're going to still owe like $25,000. Like, Jesus. You can bargain that down. These prices are insane. The lab work is beyond ridiculous. They charge $2 grand for a urine pregnancy test. What? Is this how much insurance companies are having to pay? This is crazy. Is that how much an appendectomy costs? Hold on. Cost of appendectomy USA. Because, yeah, look at this. It says ranges between 6.8 thousand and 9,000. So why were they charged $250K? Like, this just doesn't make any sense, these numbers. I'm in disbelief. I'm in disbelief. Hang on a minute. That is not your bill, luckily. So these are your gross charges, not net charges after applying self-pay discount. Not only will your bill shrink considerably, but you'll almost assuredly receive significant financial assistance to be able to set up a payment plan. Oh my God. Man, so they're still going to have to pay something, and it's probably going to be a lot. I'd love to know what they're going to have to pay here. These are huge sums of money right here. Let's find another one. $4 grand. What for? What? $64,000 for rabies shots? Early in July, I was attacked by a bat outside my house. Didn't know if I got bit or not, but my girlfriend was freaking out that I had rabies. So I go to the ER. I have no insurance. It really seems like you need insurance. Like, if you don't have a job, you just, like, what's Medicaid though? Like, what is Medicaid? Can you get Medicaid if you don't have a job? Here we go. Yes, you can absolutely get Medicaid if you don't have a job. In the US, Medicaid eligibility is based on primarily on low household income. So what does it cost? What does Medicaid cost? What does it cost? So very low, but what is it? Like, what's the average for 30-year-old male, for example? Doesn't say. It doesn't say. Okay, while not what the user pays, the average annual cost of Medicaid services for an adult is about $3,000. Okay, still unsure though. But I mean, okay, here we go. $169 per month for a 40-year-old on Medicaid. I suppose it's better to have it than not to have it, right? $64,000 for rabies shots. This is just, these sums of money are huge. 43,000 for an appendectomy. $101,000 for an ER visit. This is scary, guys. Guys, I'd love to know if any of you guys have had, you know, scary hospital bills like this, because even if you don't have to pay all of it, like even if you get to reduce it by 90%, like let's say you're this person, right? And you get this reduced by 90%, you've still got to pay $9,000. 9 grand. Not a lot of people have 9 grand just sitting there. And even if you can set up a payment plan, like if you're not in work, what do you do? Like, what do you do? Pretty scary. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, I'm going to link a very similar one right below here, and I'll see you there.